Health becomes the new currency. Expanded version. 2026 is the year when health stops being medicine. It becomes philosophy, a way of living, a way of thinking, a way of being. Health is no longer a topic for hospitals or something to fix when it breaks. It becomes the foundation of everything: decisions, relationships, success, meaning. People begin to look at life differently. Not how much can I achieve, but how well can I live in my own body. Sleep becomes sacred. Not a weakness, not a luxury, but the main engine of clarity. The nervous system becomes a compass. When it's calm, life aligns. When it's overloaded, everything collapses. Emotional resilience becomes strength. Not the hard, armored strength of the old world, but the soft, flexible strength that can hold complexity without breaking. These things rise above money, above status, above outer success, because without them, nothing else matters. By 2026, people begin to understand. Health is not treatment. It's not fixing the problem. It's not waiting until something hurts. Health is an energetic quality of consciousness. It's the way your inner world breathes. It's the clarity with which you perceive life. It's the vibration you carry into every moment. The future belongs not to the fastest, not to the richest, but to the most aligned, those whose mind, body, and energy move as one. In the new era, health is not the consequence of life. It is the architecture of life. Resources, the battle for what lies below and within. The world's focus is shifting, not to what powered the past, but to what will shape the future. Green metals, rare earth elements, lithium, cobalt, nickel, the minerals that live deep beneath the earth. Quiet, ancient, unseen, yet essential for every technology that the next era depends on. Nations are no longer competing for oil. They're competing for the minerals that power batteries, satellites, AI processors, electric grids, autonomous machines. They're competing for the physical skeleton of the world that is being born. But beneath this global scramble lies another competition, quieter, more invisible, and far more important. A parallel battle for the greatest resource of the new era, the human inner world, the human mind, human attention, human psychological stability. Because in a world overwhelmed by information, in a world where technology accelerates faster than consciousness, the rarest resource is a mind that can stay present, a nervous system that can stay grounded. A person who can think clearly without collapsing into fear, distraction, or noise. The future doesn't belong to the country with the most data, the most chips, or the most minerals. It belongs to the country with the most conscious people. People whose attention can't be hijacked, whose inner center can't be shaken, whose clarity becomes their shield, whose presence becomes their power. This is the hidden battle of 2026, not just for what lies beneath the earth, but for what lies beneath our own awareness, because whoever controls resources controls production. But whoever understands the human mind controls the future, and every nation, every company, every system is beginning to realize the real gold of the new era is attention, and the rarest mineral is a stable, conscious human being. 2026, the year of immense noise. 2026 will be loud, very loud. Not the kind of loudness you hear with your ears, but the kind that floods your mind, your attention, your inner clarity. There will be too many news cycles, each one louder than the last, each one demanding urgency, each one insisting that it matters more than your own peace. Too many events, breaking, escalating, dissolving, returning, a carousel of global movements spinning faster than anyone can process. Too many technologies, new tools, new platforms, new systems arriving faster than consciousness can adapt, offering convenience while silently consuming presence. Too many conflicts, not always visible, not always named, but always humming beneath the surface like background static you can feel. Even when you're not listening, the world will feel overcrowded with noise, speed, information, opinions, warnings, distractions, all pulling at your attention, all trying to define your reality for you. But the ones who thrive will not be the strongest, the fastest, or the most informed. They will be the most conscious. Those who can pause in a world that never stops, those who can hear their own inner voice through the storm of external voices, those who understand that attention is not a reaction, it is a choice. In the era of overwhelming noise, clarity becomes a superpower, stillness becomes intelligence, presence becomes armor. 2026 will not reward force, it will reward awareness. Because in a world screaming for your focus, the rarest person is the one who knows how to return it to themselves. The core insight of 2026. Many things may be taken from people in 2026. Stability, certainty, familiar structures, the comfort of predictable stories. But one thing remains untouched, untouchable, beyond the reach of any system, any crisis, any noise, the ability to choose where to look, your attention, the direction of your gaze, the place where your inner light falls. This is the one form of power that can never be taken without your consent. In the new era, attention becomes the most valuable currency, more valuable than money, than information, than influence. Because whatever you give your attention to grows inside you, and whatever you take your attention away from loses power over you. This is the silent truth of 2026. Freedom is not in controlling the world, it's in controlling your focus. Anyone who can return their attention to themselves, even for a moment, even against the pull of the world, will discover a kind of inner freedom that cannot be shaken by events, news, politics, fear, or chaos. This freedom is quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't prove. It simply is. A person who knows how to reclaim their attention is no longer governed by the world. They begin to govern themselves, and in a year of immense noise, this becomes the rarest, most powerful, most transformative skill of all. Because no matter what happens outside, your reality is shaped not by the world you see, but by the place where you choose to rest your gaze. Sacred Self, the era of inner strength. 2026 is not destruction. It is transition, a crossing, a shedding, a moment when the world steps out of one identity and begins forming another. The old structures, political, economic, personal, are cracking, thinning, rearranging, not to punish humanity, but to free it from patterns that can no longer carry the future. The world is shedding its old skin, and every person is shedding theirs, old beliefs, old fears, old versions of self that were built for survival, not for awakening. In this turning point, the world will quietly ask you, do you choose to live automatically or consciously? Do you choose reaction or awareness, noise or presence, fear or clarity? Your answer will shape everything, your inner landscape, your relationships, your destiny, your contribution to the era that is beginning now, because the new era is not built on force, not on speed, not on the old definitions of power. The new era is built on attention, your ability to choose your focus, health, your ability to remain whole, simplicity, your ability to return to what matters, meaning, your ability to hear your own soul. This is the era of inner strength, a strength that doesn't shout, doesn't dominate, doesn't demand, a strength that breathes, a strength that remembers, a strength that aligns you with what is true, the era of inner strength, your strength. And once you awaken it, the world can no longer shape you, because you begin to shape the world.